Hello, this is 3KM,
Yo.
and welcome to the mod spotlight of Thaumcraft, part 1. Sorry, let me get my render distance lower, so it won't lag. Or lag less, at least.
Let's introduce ourselves.
I am the Conduits22.
I'm Jolion,
And I'm the Crazy Woman.
So,
also known as G-Man.
this mod is a really awesome mod. It adds lots of magic and mystery to Minecraft.
This is only part 1 of the spotlight.
Yes, it's such a big mod, it requires multiple parts. So,
Bigger than, it's bigger than Buildcraft. Much bigger.
I have
And
to
much
start
more
out
advanced.
I have to start out with an explanation of what all this energy we're talking about is. In this game, the energy, or in this mod, the energy that all of the machines and different mechanics use is called Vis.
You can find crystals of it naturally, or you can burn things in a crucible to create this energy.
And we'll show you what a
Power thing.
crucible is later. So let's start out with the Vis condenser. Okay, so you make a Vis condenser with a Vis crystal, Vis conduit in the middle. We'll tell you about Vis conduits later. 2 iron ingots on the sides and enchanted wood. To make enchanted wood, you basically put wood in an infuser, which we will talk about
With
later.
a Vis crystal.
Yes,
We're
with
gonna
a Vis
talk about
crystal.
that later.
Talk about that later.
Crazy
So-
Woman, have anything to say?
No.
How a Vis condenser works is you put a Vis crystal in the left, and as you can see, it starts sucking the aura, the Vis, in from the atmosphere. And then, using pumps, it will pump that Vis into storage tanks or your machines, whatever
Whatever you use it for.
you use it for, yes. Okay. So next, we have the crucible. This is the starting point for the mod. It uses a cauldron in the middle, a furnace underneath, and a Vis crystal on the top. And in case you're wondering how to find Vis crystals, they are just randomly placed underground, in caves, anywhere along the map. You can mine them with an iron pickaxe, but if you don't have an iron pickaxe, you can just destroy the block that they are connected to, and then you will grab them. So, that's how you make it. And what it does, let me just give you a demonstration. When you throw something in it with Q, it gives a certain amount of Vis for how rare the item is. And the basic crucible turns it into 50% Vis and 50% taint.
We'll go into Taint in a later episode about aura and things like that.
Yes. Taint is basically the darker side of Vis.
But it's awesome.
Yes.
It's extremely powerful.
You can use this to power your machines. Okay, so we have next is the infuser. You make this with 2 iron on either side, like you're making boots, then stone along the bottom, smooth stone, Vis crystal in the middle, and a stone slab on the top. And that makes the infuser. For the infuser, each of these slots, you put something in them, and then in the middle, something gets put out. So let me just demonstrate to you enchanted wood, so you know how to make that. So you put that in there, put that here, and then you put the Vis crystal here, and let me connect this to our crucible, which will then power it. Boop. And boop. See? Now it's making magic. And it made 4 enchanted wood.
Which can be used for very powerful machines like the arcane boar, which is
Yes.
it's so awesome.
We'll go over that in a later episode. Next, we have the Vis conduit, which are these things that I was showing you right here. They transport Vis in between Vis creators, or Vis, like crucibles, Vis condensers, anything like that, to machines. So this is what they look like. You can see them in action right here. They transport the Vis to the machine. You make them with 4 glass panes in a plus, and then wooden planks in all the corners and redstone in the middle. Okay. Next, we have the vis valve. This is basically like an on-off switch for vis conduits. Like if I have like this right here, this conduit right here, and then this conduit right here. If I have a machine here and a crucible or other vis generator here, and this valve is off, then vis will not transfer. But if I turn it on by right-clicking it or using redstone signals, like levers and stuff like that, then vis can flow through. You make it with vis conduit, and lever in the middle. Next, we have the vis storage tank, which you saw in action all the way over there next to the vis condenser. You make them with 4 enchanted wood
And glass panes.
and 4 glass panes arranged in that formation. And this can hold large amounts of vis and taint.
But here's a warning, a big warning. Having too much taint in there for too long will cause the thing to fail
The taint
badly.
the tank will rupture, and all the taint will spill out over the floor or into the atmosphere.
And
just-
basically turn your area into a tainted area. And again, we'll talk about that later in the different
Yes.
in another part.
So then next we have an infuser recipe, the arcane furnace. You get this by putting a furnace, a vis crystal, and a block of iron in the infuser. When you do this, it creates the arcane furnace. And this furnace is a lot like the normal furnace, except for the fact that it has lots of benefits. Like it smelts faster. It has a chance to give you double items.
Which is awesome.
And a couple other things, but I don't know those right now. So,
Alumentum is the best fuel. Big time
Alimentum, yes. We'll
Much
talk
more
about that
powerful.
later. It's a very powerful fuel. Okay, so right here, this is the vis valve in action. See, it's not letting the stuff get to the vis conduit, which right here we have the recipe for a thermometer. But the compasses are glitched right now, so they're actually invisible, so we're using this void compass to represent them. So, just let me, okay. So, if that was real compass, then we put there, it would make the the vis detector, which detects the amount of vis in every vis generator, vis conduit, vis storage tank, anything
and it
like
will show you the overall aura of the area.
like how high it is. And then next we have the taint detector. It detects the amount of taint,
Inherent in an area.
and the recipe is exactly the same as the vis detector, except instead of using a vis crystal, use a tainted crystal. Gold, and this void compass just represents a normal compass, but they're invisible again. So, in the next one, we have the Thaumometer, which shows you both the taint and the vis, and gives you an overall reading of wherever, like what the taint levels and vis levels are in your current area. So you use it with an earthen crystal here, fire crystal here, vaporous crystal here, aqueous crystal here, and then vis detector, taint detector. And then let me just activate it. And you can see it's working its magic. And soon we'll see. Thermometer! And see, when I have it in my inventory, if you look at the bottom right corner, it shows me the amount of vis and aura in the current area. And watch, if I use it on these vis crucibles, it'll tell me that it has 2 vis and 56 taint inside of it. And I can use it on vis valves. It'll tell me the same thing. Any of these. So, there we go for the first part of our Thaumcraft mod spotlight.
Next, we'll be having
We'll
items and weapons.
Yes.
And that's my specialty in this mod.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Click the annotation right for the next video.